Hello everyone, is the lighting looking better? Yes, my cheap lighting enhancement has arrived. It's soft lighting in the background over here. It has a tripod, it's got this light ring, and it's got a nice soft lighting effect. And I can even adjust it with this control right here. So I can raise the lighting, I can change the tones. It's amazing. Alright, so anyways, in this video, what I want to talk about is like the principle of bridging the gap between where we're at and where we want to be. I want to explain this with a principle of sport, right? So in sport, you've probably seen this in golf, you've seen this in baseball, you've seen this in tennis, in table tennis, in all kinds of sport. They have always used video analysis as a means to elevate one's performance, because when we have our current performance, we can juxtapose our movements against those of the pros. Because if we are doing the same things as the pros do, we can replicate their baseball stroke, their golf swing, their tennis forehand, their ping pong backhand flick, their timing, etc. And in the most basic kind of video analysis, we would be able to film what we're doing, and then we can put it side by side with what the pro is doing. And if we went even one level further, there are nowadays even these special imaging programs, actually not just nowadays, but for some time already, that are able to break it down into movements. So there are programs that can identify, they can put lines along the elbow, the upper arm, the body, and so on, to analyze how each movement is being done and how to recreate this through our own. When we get back out onto the golf course, the baseball pitch, the tennis court, the ping pong arena, we can recreate the same effects. I noticed this to be true for myself. Recently, I brought my daughter to watch the WTT event here in Bangkok, Thailand. So we got to watch many of the top world-ranked pros in action. And to be able to see them in action had an immediate and drastic difference when we went onto the table tennis practice once again. When me and my daughter, we played off, it's like we had this new inspiration. She's picked up her own fair bit of improvements, and likewise, so have I. So it was just, it may have been a very short exposure, but it enabled us to make a huge transformation. If we just compare the before and after of our playing, what was before, what was after, worlds apart. But if we compare what we are doing right now versus the pros, in our opinion, there is still much more to be desired. There's much more improvement that we can go for. And this tells us that, the finish line is still yet far away. But for many people around us, we're like, oh my God, you guys suddenly got so good at table tennis. You literally like started out from nowhere. Truth be told, yeah, we started out of nowhere, and this is another story for another day, and I'll share that on another video. But truth be told, we've played for less than 2 years. It's coming to 2 years in October this year, but we're already kicking major ass. And some of you might have known, if you watch me on Instagram, I used to play a lot of tennis, but we've actually focused more on table tennis, or rather ping pong right now, because it's just more interesting. And more so, we can see how in sport this actually really builds upon, it's like manifestation upon manifestation. So this whole video up to this point, I'm going this whole circle to prove that, okay, we can break down, the whole thing to replicate, the pro's performance from the actions, from the behavior, from the mindset. If we replicate all those things, we will be there. Because it is the exact same thing as, this is where we want to be at. How can we get closer to be there? Watching in live and watching on TV is different. Even though the TV could be live streaming, but what's different about seeing it in the real is that we can also hear the exclamations, the frustration, or let's say, you know, the fist pumps. And you know, for those of you who watch ping pong, this guy Tomokazu Harimoto, he's extremely he's just amazing to watch. He's just so exciting, exhilarating to watch. Yukiya Yuda as well. They're like something else. And to see them live, it's like, I feel that I picked up a little bit of their personality. So this is the same thing, all right? So when you want to get from where you're at to where you want to be, constant comparison. Do what you can do, all right? As much as you can. Compare very often. Know that you're on the right track. So sometimes, I mean, some of you out there, you might have a certain goal to be a top CEO, to be a top this or that, or let's say you want a huge ass house, a huge mansion, you want a supercar. So you're constantly having like, okay, this is me, that's that. This is me, that's that. How can we replicate? Let's start with what's achievable. Remember in about 2 videos ago, I talked about a success shopping list. We can similarly break down, all right, where we want to be versus now into amount of detail, a certain amount of detail. And with these details, let's see what we can replicate first. Let's say there's this person who drives, like, okay, the point here is this. When we see someone driving the car that we want to have, or see someone who has the house that we want to have, do not be jealous, but instead envy. When we envy, it's like, okay, someone's done it, so how can we do it? How is this person different from me? Like, some of you can actually watch the lifestyles of some of the people. Like, one of the people I like to watch online is Carl Runefelt. Carl Runefelt, he made his millions in cryptocurrency, and he's running a crypto-related business right now. And he also sponsors a Formula 2 team. He likes to show his lifestyle, but not just about showing his lifestyle, but the way that he does his open thinking about his day-to-day life. It kind of rubs off in details. So it's like, in such a situation, I wouldn't have thought that, and it's interesting to me. So I take a mental note. So let's say there could be this guy or this person that you envy, all right? How does he open the door? How does he start his conversation? How does he set up for his baseball swing? Or let's say if it is like if he's a businessman, what is his entrance? What kind of aura does he portray? Even if you cannot copy his wealth right now, because that's the wealth that you want to have, right? But we can do it from inside out until we emulate and become that level that deserves these opportunities that can make us that. Thank you, my friends. I hope you find this video a lot of help, and let me know your comments down below this video. Are there things that I missed out? Are there things that I could have explained further in a different video? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel. Much appreciated. Have a great day.